Chapter 12, I believe, is one of the harder chapters to read in terms of the real implications with it. And I wish we could spend time in class to just discuss this and really get into it. Because it brings up this idea of the worth of a soul and modern slavery. Modern slavery is a thing. And let's just dive in a little bit. And heads up, this is a heavy topic. So, with it, the story is Lakishma. I don't know how to pronounce her name. I never do, but she tells her story. She says that her sister is 10, and every morning at 7 a.m., she goes out to the bonded labor man, and every night she comes home at 9 p.m. That means every day, 7 days a week, she's working a 14-hour day. He treats her badly, hitting her if she thinks she's working slowly, and she goes on. She says, for 600 rupees, we could bring my sister home and buy her back. It's our only chance. And she says, we don't have 600 rupees. We will never have 600 rupees. And so if you're like me, I'm going, okay, well, I don't know how much is 600 rupees. It's $600, $6,000, 600,000. How much do you think 600 rupees today is in American money? It turns out, jumping on and doing a quick conversion, 600 rupees is equivalent to $7.84. For $8, just under $8, you can buy a child slave in India. For $8, we could go and actually buy that child back from that master and give her back to the family. Now, this was written a few years ago, and the question is, well, does this still happen? So I went online and looked at a well-known resource. That keeps track of just modern-day workforce, and they say that worldwide there's currently 152 million children between 5 and 17 who are victims of child labor, meaning they're forced into child labor. They're not wanting to. So if you currently have a job and you're 16 or 17, you're not counted in this unless like your parents just say to you, you need to do this or we're going to kill you. Then you might be, and we should also talk. That's a whole different issue. But 152 million is half the population of the United States currently. And so of these 152 million, half of them, 73 million of them, are in hazardous, meaning like they're holding like chemicals and they're burning their lungs. There's, contrary to mind, actually 58% of these children in slavery are boys because they're actually primarily used in agriculture or industrial mining. So what happens is the family becomes poor, maybe their crops fail and they can't feed the rest of their family. So they take one of their children and they sell them or they rent them or they give them to somebody else. And then they basically work for somebody else for how much money their family needed at that moment. And they could be for the rest of their childhood if they survive. I want to show you a quick video and we'll come back after discussing it. It's called Reality Check. And it's just to bring this idea of child slavery and child labor just in front of people's faces to see what their thoughts are.